What up, what up? It's your boy Striker, and welcome back to another video. I wanted to make a video on top 5 reasons why I went from my 21 ZX10R to the 2020 Road Glide Special All Black. Well, let's get the most obvious reasons out, and I kind of grouped them together. Storage, obviously the bags. If you have a bagger, you will always have a ton of room in these bags for sweatshirts and hats and extra gear and all kinds of stuff. Not to mention, if you have a road glide, you got all these compartments up there on both sides to stick even more stuff on. So definitely storage, and then of course you got to go to comfortability. With the ZX10, I think I got about max, I would say probably 2 hours, 2.5 hours on that thing. 3 hours really pushing it, and my butt would be killing me. I gotta get off it. It hurts too bad. This thing, I really do not even know how long, freaking dirty ass garage, sorry, how long it would take to really wear me out on this bike, you know. The longest I've ridden is probably 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Haven't hit the 3 hour mark, but butt wasn't hurting at all or in the slightest bit. So yeah, definitely love to get some long distance on this bad boy. So yeah, storage and comfortability, easy. 4, I would have to say sound. Now, obviously, the exhaust on a Harley versus the exhaust on a sport bike sounds a lot different, and you know, I'm not knocking the sound of a street bike because they sound great, and I would say they sound just as good as a Harley. To each their own, you know. This is a little bit more deeper and more musclier, where sport bike exhaust sounds more powerful and, you know, more racy, you know. So to each their own. But when I'm talking about sound, I'm talking about the speakers. Now, funny enough, I have a aftermarket speaker on that side and a stock Road Glide speaker on this side. See, what happened was it came with aftermarket speakers, but the right one was blown. Now, I don't know if it was blown when I first got it, and I just didn't happen to turn up the radio enough in the showroom, or on my first, second, third, who knows what, shortly after I got the thing, I had it on full blast and blew it. Who knows? I don't know. So I went and bought a pair of stock speakers for like, I think I got them for $20, and threw one of them in the blown, on the blown side, and kept it the other side for future in case I blow the other one. Or I blow the same one again, God knows. But yeah, sound, man. These speakers sound great on these bikes. It's really nice to have all that bass and trab going on. Sound system's just nice on these bikes, really. What can I say? Third reason that I went from the sport bike life to the from the sport bike life to the cruiser life is the safety. Number 3 is the safety. Now, don't get me wrong, riding a motorcycle is dangerous in general, and you're always have that possibility to run into that person from another country that's not very good at driving, brand new young driver that just got their license, old or young person that just can't drive, or just the average person that just can't drive. You know, there's a lot of ways to get hit out on that road, especially on a bike. But on a cruiser, I'm not wanting to go as fast, On my ZX-10R, I think I kept it wound up to about 80 minimum. Otherwise, it felt like I was going ridiculously slow. Where this is it's pretty much 80 maximum, because pretty much do like 70, 65, 70 for the most part, because that seems and feels fast on these bikes, on these cruisers, And they're just meant to cruise. They're not meant to go very fast. There's people that do mod these and make them pretty fast for a cruiser, but in my personal opinion, these bikes are just not meant to be fast, and they are not fast. I don't care how much money you put into it. It feels to me like you could put a little bit of money into a 600 or just get a stock 600 and smoke it still after the tens of thousands people put into these bikes to try to make them fast. To each their own, though. I've said it before, and I'll say it a million more times, to each their own. If that's what you're into and you want to make your Harley be almost fast as a 600 with 150 to 180 horsepower, cool. Congrats, good for you. It's not my thing. I want to get a cruiser to cruise, not to try to make it fast and spend a ton of money doing it. So yeah, just the safety, I'm not doing the high-speed runs. I'm definitely not doing the 130 mile an hour for over an hour runs that we were doing on the Rockets. And, got kids at home, want to come back to them alive and safe and with all my digits. So yeah, it's just safer riding the cruiser. More sedate ride, more leisure ride, just chilling, cruising, cruising. So yeah, 3 is safety. 2, it's really how the bike looks. It's a piece of art. I can basically, stare at this thing all day and wouldn't have a problem with it. I sit in my garage a lot and look at it. I don't cover it because I'd like to look at it more. I love the way my ZX-10R looked. 21, fresh out of the crate. They put it together for me, 0 miles. It was awesome, but hands down, I just love the way this Road Glide looks. It's just freaking beautiful. Just beautiful. I just, what can I say? It's beautiful. That's pretty much it. I love to look at it. It really feels like I'm, being able to look at and ride a piece of art. Don't get me wrong, street bikes are gorgeous. There's a lot of gorgeous street bikes out there. But for me, I just think that the Road Glide looks better. I'm not saying every Harley looks better than a street bike, that's for sure, and definitely not. But in my opinion, and for me, the Road Glide is just looking better. Now, I could have got a Ninja H2 for around the same price, very easy. But like I said, for number 3, that safety, I was just not trying to go that fast anymore. I was kind of over it. Now, number 1, the number 1 reason why I switched from the ZX-10 Sport Bike Life to the 2020 Harley Davidson Road Glide Special all black. Sorry, dragging it out. But the biggest reason for me, and the thing I like the most about this versus the street bike, is how it makes you feel when you ride it. It's definitely it's definitely not the riding style that I prefer, because I don't prefer this style to the sport bike style. I think the sport bike style of riding is more comfortable to me, not like more comfortable as I can do it longer, but more comfortable as I feel in more command of the motorcycle, of the vehicle. You know, with a sport bike, I can go around a corner at 80, you know, not really put my knee down because I'm not that good, but, you know, get it pretty low and not feel scared about going that fast around the corner. If I try to take this around the corner that fast, I'd be like, holy crap. I don't know. It's just the sport bike and the way that it's set up to ride it. It's just more precise, in my opinion, to be able to put that bike in whatever angle and whatever speed you'd like it at. Where this, I kind of feel like I'm just riding a boat in the ocean and I'm kind of at this bike's mercy. You know, if I were to fall and this big baby were to hit me, you know, it would just be way worse than if a sport bike, a little tiny light sport bike were to hit me. But the way this bike makes you feel when you ride it is badass. You know, you feel really cool, you feel really confident, you're happy that you're on a gorgeous bike. And yeah, I don't know why, but Bad to the Bone seems to just rattle through my head every time I get on this dang thing. But yeah, it makes you feel like you're doing it, you know. Harley is one of the oldest motorcycle brand, if not the oldest. I really don't know what the oldest brand is, but you know, the all black Harley is iconic for sure. It's a bike that everyone knows and most people love, you know. Even when it comes to the old rivalry between the cruiser guys and the sport bike guys, you know, I get on this Harley, I go for a ride, I'm throwing deuces to everyone, and everyone's throwing them back. No problems on this thing. I get on my sport bike, and only the sport bike guys are throwing deuces back. The Harley guys are just like, yeah. And not even necessarily just Harley guys, but cruiser guys in general, just, I don't know. Maybe they're too busy to throw the deuces to the sport bike guys. But, you know, that's pretty much it. That is the reasons why I am on that cruiser life now. I'm over the sport bikes. The only way I would get another one ever is if I just got an obscene amount of money or someone were to give me one. Like, I would just have to have so much money just to blow. And then I'd want something really nice, like BMW M, you know, Ninja H2, Ducati, Aprilia, something really expensive that I shouldn't be spending money on pretty much. But yeah, I think I'm pretty much done with the sport bike life. I'm really enjoying my cruiser and the time I'm having on it. I cannot wait to go across state lines. I've not done that yet because I've only owned my cruiser for about, I think, a month. Maybe 2 at the most, but I'm pretty sure it's just a month. So, yeah. That be my top 5 reasons why I switched. And I love what I did. I'm about to drop a video also on the top 5 reasons I hate the switch between the sport bike and the cruiser. So you can get a taste of the things I do not like about cruisers and the things that are way better about sport bikes, because there's a lot of things that are way better about sport bikes, in my opinion. Don't get butthurt, in my opinion. So I will definitely have a video of that coming up soon. I've got a couple mods coming up. I've got, if you can see them over there, I've got, there's my meat hooks. So I got aftermarket bars and grips ready to go on there. Just got my new bell from Murda. I had the bracket pointed straight down at first, and then the bell was just at the tip of that, but obviously that was way too low and it whacked off my first bell I had. Whacked off, that sounds dirty. It tore off the first bell I had, but now since I moved the bracket way higher and the bell sits way higher, it should be fine just the way it is, hopefully. If I get off the bike and it's gone, it just sucks that you can't buy your own bell. Somebody else has to buy it for you. So it's kind of annoying having to be like, hey, can you buy me a bell? Hey, can you buy me a bell? I keep losing them. Can you buy me a bell? I'll give you money. But there she be. Stay tuned for the next video, 5 things I hate about switching from the street bike life to the cruiser life. And yeah, catch you guys later. Peace.